just as soon as YouTube is. There we go. Good morning. Live, yeah, I think I am. Hello, I'm Claire Louise from being.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. It's Friday again. Wow, it comes around so fast. Hey, who've we got here already? I can't scroll up. It's weird when I start it. If you all start chatting before I get here, I can't scroll up. I can't see them. But I think we've got Timothy and Connie. I'm trying to look under. Like that's going to help. Hello. You got dinner in before the show. Awesome. Oh, nice. Sounds nice. Yes, it does sound like an amazing day. Okay, so welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm going to do channeling for the collective. Ooh, passion. The mud on the deck there. But I'm also going to do mini reads as well. So if you're interested in a mini read, then and you're on live with me, check out that pinned comment up top. If you're watching the replay, come live sometime. And the pinned comment up top tells you it's by donation. There's a PayPal link in there, which is my preferred method. But you can also use Super Chat, Super Sticker, the YouTube thing as well, if that's easier for you. And if you've got a question for your higher self, put a capital Q at the start of your comment, and then I can find it easily amongst all the chatty comments. Bluffs. So let's get some cards out for the collective, see what's going on. How was that new moon for you all? Hey Beth, was it good? Wasn't as challenging as I expected it to be. In fact, I had a really good day yesterday. I didn't sleep so good last night, but that was more because I've had too much vitamin C, and so I had to get up to go to the toilet a couple of times. Yeah, I don't think that was anything to do with the moon or anything else. What just flipped then? Nothing. He's married. Whoa. Connie. Yikes. Yes, there was a flipper. I knew it. And it's the Foxfire card. It's the one that we saw before. Passion. Passions are ignited right now. Foxfire. Passionate times. I've got some, let me show you. I've got some different flowers. Dark red. Vampy. I got a new makeup palette as well. This is Urban Decay Naked Honey. You should see the stack of them that I've got now. I'm just, you know me. I get on these things. I get into something and that's it. I've got to have everything. But I played along with Marianne Maquillage. I watched it before I got up. She does it much better than me. Anyway, she's much younger than me. She's got smooth eyelids. It's very hard to do this kind of a look on old crinkly eyelids, but I'm going to do it, and I don't care. I watched another one last night. This lady saying, like what to do if you've got old crinkly eyelids and what not to do. It's like, don't wear these shimmers and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm going to wear them. Cozy home. Passionate cozy home. Oh, I like the sound of that. See ya. Passionate cozy home. Which indicates to me it's like passion at home. It's like honeymoon vibes, you know? Honeymoon vibes. Passionate about makeup right now. I'm just having fun with it, you know? It's really nice. It's nice to have fun with it. In the morning. At 6:30 in the morning. 3 days a week. Maybe I'll start putting it on, and they love it when I go to training in it. They're all so eager to see my makeup on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Go and train in it, and it runs down my face. So, Connie, you had someone cracking onto you that was married. Mine is, but he's not been cracking onto me, you see. He's been good. He's been good. Done the right thing. I'm so impressed. still. Yeah, because if... Oh, watch out. I was almost losing the tripod there. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, you see, I had that happen before. Flat out lied to me, and other people lied for him too. And then when someone, 2 people in fact, let it on around the same time that he was married, I confronted him about it straight away, and he admitted it. And then I confronted the good friends, not everyone, but the good friends that had lied to me. I confronted them. I'm like, that's not, that, that was my choice. And my choice was to get out of it once I realised he was married. It should have been my choice. I wouldn't have got into it. Well, good for you saying bye. Yeah, whole month. Hi, Charlene. Charlene, interesting spelling of Charlene. We've got stillness and nurturance, so more cozy home kind of an energy. Be calm and quiet, restore your balance. There you go, restorative cozy home. So passions are flaring, we need to calm ourselves down and nurture ourselves at home. That's why the cozy home has come up. Stillness. Let's read these out. 34. Got the book upside down. 34, stillness. That came out first, so we'll read this one out first. Goddess brings you the gift of stillness and serenity. This is a very busy and noisy world. It's hard to find quietness either within or without. There is so much stimulation. Perhaps your mind is in overdrive with thoughts competing for space. Projects, plans, dreams, and chores all cluttered together, fighting for attention. Goddess has come to you now, offering peaceful stillness. She understands that you're being swept along in the hubbub of your world, and comes to offer you her hand to pull you out of the frenzy. She calls you to walk with her into a dream landscape where snow has stilled the chaos and hushed the noise. All is serenity and quiet. She asks you to use this time to listen to what is within you, to let go of your feelings of having to do something, create something, appease someone, or placate someone, or even fix things as well, is what I'm hearing. Take advantage of the stillness and silence, where movement, business, duty, obligation, and noise cannot reach you. Like a rabbit deep within a burrow, retreat into the silence and safety. In the stillness, Goddess asks you to hear the noise of the world babbling like a river beneath the ice. She calls you to listen with a heart free of judgment and full of compassion. To yourself, that is. She may send her sacred wren into your life to remind you to step off the treadmill from time to time so your voice and ideas can be heard more clearly from a place of refuge. Owl may come to show you where you may see the whole view more clearly from a distance, and Goddess may send you a sacred dove and her message of deep peace and stillness. So we need to stay at home today, and we need to get to that stillness and hear the voice of the Goddess, the voice of calm. We need to calm down, apparently. Nurturance 20. Calm down and nurture yourself. And I think, like, hey Maria, it won't be it's not as bad as you think it is. Yeah, I kind of stopped a fight. I was actually quite good in my situation. It's very good, in fact. I went from being frustrated at it to seeing its perfection to really feeling it being perfect. Restore your balance. Is there an aspect of your being that's calling for your attention? Goddess comes to you today asking to check in with yourself. Are your mind, body, and spirit in balance, or is there one part of you that you've been neglecting? Perhaps your pursuits in life have led you to nourish and care for 2 of these elements while The other one has been left behind and forgotten. Goddess restores balance in all living things. She is here to guide you back to harmonious balance. Without nurturing the mind, the spirit and body will not have knowledge and wisdom to steer their choices toward compassionate conclusions in a complicated world. Okay, so you know how it's going on and on about wisdom on Wednesday. The guys went on and on about it anyway. It feels connected. A complicated world with opposing views, and it's not really opposing, it's just different points of view, and there's wisdom in all of it, and getting to that still place where we can hear our own wisdom, not just own opinion, but own wisdom, and have that settle us down. We've got to settle ourselves down before we can get to that point. Something's going on with my throat right now. So I got home yesterday from training in the morning, and I came in my door. The aircon was still on. I leave it on all the time, and it was warm in here compared to outside. And I had noticed that the aircon hadn't been making the place cool at all. And certainly hadn't been taking the moisture out of the air as well. And so I got in touch with McGain, because I just seem to be having to tell them all the time that it doesn't work properly. And so the guy came along, and he took it apart, and I think it needed a new part, and he put that in. And he took it all apart even more, and it was black inside, like charcoal, not white. It was black. And because they light fires out the back all the time, right out the back of here, my aircon unit is right there, and it's all got sooted up because of the fires. And so they I left them to it. I went training in the afternoon, left them to it, pressure hosed it all off, inside out, all of it. And now it's freezing in here. It's great. I'm just wondering whether that's affecting my voice. But I don't think it's so. I think it's something else. Nurturance, anyway, back to nurturance. So we've got to calm ourselves down somewhat in order to find our wisdom, right? We've got to get to that place of stillness before the wisdom can come through. Otherwise, we're just an ego, where we've got an opinion, sure, but it's not a wise one. And then that wisdom gives us even more calm, so we get on that calm spiral. Without nurturing the spirit, the mind and body will be unable to connect with the divine love and beauty, and life will feel hollow and futile. Goddess longs for you to feel whole and complete. You're nurturing every aspect of your being. Be still and listen. Goddess will guide you. Once you've recognized which aspect of your being needs more attention, give it all the care it needs. Take small steps and be kind to yourself. Feeling the parts of yourself that have been forgotten may take patience. In the fullness of time, your mind, body, and spirit will resonate as one. Nurture yourself, and your balance will be restored, so that you will be in harmony with yourself in the flow of life. Well, there. So maybe people are reeling from the new moon. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be a bit more tumultuous, personally, than it was. It wasn't at all. It was a nice day. Connie, what the heck? I know. Hello, Mr. Wells. Yeah, you got to be in integrity. You'll find someone with integrity soon. I have. It's great. How refreshing. And every step of the way, like there was a guy that I met online a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and he really impressed me. And he wanted to put me on WhatsApp, and the first thought was like, don't send me a dick pic. Please don't be one of those guys that sends me a dick pic. Please don't, please don't, please don't. That's where my level was at the time. And he didn't, because he would have ruined everything, right? And it's the same now, but that's a different level of integrity, right? That's where I was at the time. I ask for a hell of a lot more than that now. Now it's like, now I'm like, please don't make a pass at me until you're properly free and available. And he's got integrity, you see, the same, and it's so good, and I see it playing out as well. His integrity is just impeccable, absolutely impeccable, and I'm sure it's not just a show for me. I see the way he interacts with other people, and he gets hit on a fair bit by women, and he's just so good about it. I'm impressed. And so you could just keep going. But anyway, thanks for the donation. Let's get you some cards out. Yeah, what the actual? What was that all about then for Connie? Get what I want, and is it true? Okay, so you've got a story going on here, and it might be similar to mine. I can see looking back now that I've stepped up in my integrity. It's not that there was something wrong with my integrity, but my expectations of other people's integrity. Now I've got like I was always worried that they were going to lie to me and stuff like that, and many people will, right? But like I said before, my bar was very low, like hoping that he's not a dick pic person, you know, total sleazebag. No, now I expect them to have really high integrity. Sucks, I know. When they do that, I mean, it's not right, is it? At least tell us the truth, and then that can be our call, like whether we want to get into it or not. You've not done anything wrong here, Connie, you know, and you need to know that is that you haven't. And yeah, I think this is about expectations and raising the bar. You will get what you want, but there's this, is it true? So you're telling a story here. I think it's about expectations. You know how the guys have been going on and on and on about taking it slow, and we have to, otherwise we're going to get into relationships too fast and then find out that it's not the relationship for us. And what's the point in doing that? Well, we have a few delusionally happy weeks or months maybe, and that's it. Is there any point in that? It delays our progress. Then we've got some more to heal from. If we take it slower at the start, then and have our bar set really high. Hey, Penny. Yeah, and it sucks when they do, for sure. I think you're raising your expectations. Here we go, forgive them. Yeah, it's about them. I mean, it's them. There are liars out there, there just are. There's a lot of people without integrity as well. There's a lot of people without as high an integrity as you've got. There's a lot of people out there that aren't as high as integrity as I've got. There's very few people that are out there that have got as high as integrity as you've got. So, but they are out there, and I just feel like it's expectation. I'm just getting it's expectation. It really changed everything for me when I realised, I got the guidance, I can't remember how it happened now, but it was a while ago, that I'm great in relationships, and I'm a great person, and I've got high integrity, and I give a lot, and I've got a lot to offer, and I'm the Empress, and people are honoured to be in a relationship with me because of that, and I deserve the same, and it's available to me. And that just blew my mind. It's like, oh yeah, I deserve the same. I deserve someone that's like me in relationship. And then when I imagine that, it's like, well, that's a whole new level. You know, that's like not putting up with the stuff that I put up with at all. It's nowhere near even that. Nowhere near even that. And just that change in mindset had me looking out for that. Being amused at everything else kind of thing, everyone else's attempts. But seeing right through it and looking out for that. And that's why I'm seeing the perfection in my situation at the moment, is because we have to take it slowly because of the circumstances. Well, people without integrity wouldn't, but we have to take it slowly because of the circumstances, especially being in a small community as we are. And that is a blessing in itself, because I don't know whether we would have been that strong to take it this slowly if there hadn't have been impediments, such strong impediments to it. But it's now we're just getting closer and closer, getting to know each other more, but just as friends, and getting way more comfortable with each other. And it's just so nice. It's value for you. Yeah, it's the same thing, semantics, but we feel it, don't we? Some words don't fit with all of us, right? I know with a lot of the money mindset stuff that I've done, people can use the word deserve. Now, when I hear you deserve it, that's me having been beaten up and being told that I deserve it. If someone says that to me, you deserve it, that makes me feel like scared Claire that needs to run away, because that means the bad things, you deserve it. So I cannot use that. I can't use that deserving. You probably won't hear me say deserving in my readings and stuff, because that has a real negative connotation with me. Some of us, we connect with self-esteem, some of us self-worth. It's all the same thing, really. It's a feeling about ourselves. It's a very positive feeling about ourselves and what we expect. And then expect is a bad word too, because a lot of people have negative connotations with expectations, and I'm aware of that. I turned it round for myself, that word. Expectations are a good thing for me. It's a very good thing for me, in fact, because I had very low expectations before, and now I have very high. So don't doubt it, Connie. Don't doubt it. You will get there. I think that you're on this path now of raising your expectations. I think that's what it is, and the experiences that you're having now are to almost make you realize how much you've been doubting that you can have what it is that you really want, that you truly deserve, that is a match to you. Same integrity level as you've got. Don't doubt it, you will get it. Just keep on going. I prefer integrity. I like integrity. Mr. Fucking integrity. Oh, sorry, YouTube. Like it was a bad thing. Right, yeah. It triggers some people, doesn't it? It does. Our goodness triggers other people. Charlene, thanks for your donation. Charlene's new. Welcome, Charlene. Oh, nice. Yes. Going to work today, but you felt like you needed some time to yourself. I'm just scrolling up, trying to find a question. Have you got a question? Oh, you've put a Q there, but no question. You got a question, Charlene? It's freezing in here. It's 24 degrees in here. That's freezing for me. And outside it is 26. 26. It's cold outside too. High of 28 today. It says heavy rain. Yeah, got to come better than that. But thank God you found out when you did, right? I watched a movie last weekend, was it? About a guy that had like a double life, 2 families. How can people do that? He got caught out in the end, of course. 2 shell-shocked women and children, with children. Crazy. Thanks, Maria. So, Charlene, waiting on your question. I'll do Maria first. Maria, high self-guidance. I need to turn the aircon up. Hang on. Because it's really cold. It's set at 25 degrees and it's 24 in here. Now it's too good. Let's do 26. 26 is bearable. Integrity, yeah, it's not necessarily valuing yourself, but someone is more likely to have both. Like I said, there's many different facets of it, right? But basically what it is on the inside is how you feel about yourself. Because when you don't feel that good about yourself, you're not going to have integrity, you're not going to be valuing yourself and all of that, right? But yeah, you can have one. You could have like a lot of self-value without integrity. You could have integrity without self-value. Could you have self-worth without self-esteem? I don't know. Maria, high self-guidance for Maria. Hang on a minute. Oh, this is Charlene's. Sorry. Charlene, this is yours. I looked at yours when I had my fingers on the cards and I heard straight away that this one's for you. Right. Wondering about your person, Charlene. Your person seems to be otherwise engaged, probably isn't the right, distracted by something, focused on something else at the moment. And so either not focused that much on relationship at the moment or concerned with something else in their lives right now. And this is saying for you, Charlene, to be okay about you being focused on something else. In other words, having a relationship focus as a priority all of the time isn't necessarily the right thing to do. It's not wrong, but it's not the right thing to do. It's not like, well, they've got the priorities wrong if they're not, focused on that. And so be okay about the focus at the moment, because I do feel like that they're focused on something else. Work. Work connections. So trouble at work, it's people at work, it's trouble at work. I want you some insight. You have a complicated past relationship, just come back together. Yeah. And you know how I was just saying in my situation, there's outer things going on that are slowing us right down, and that's a good thing. I'm seeing it as a really good thing, because we might not have been that strong to be able to slow ourselves down, and it is really healthy being this slow. I feel like you might be going through the same thing here. So it's good that you're both not like 100% focused on it, but I feel like you might be, and that's not necessarily a good thing. That's why you've got this gentle okayness of refocus. Like, be okay to focus on something else. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't, you know how that card said? What's missing? What do you need to nurture in your life? Do that for yourself. Be okay about refocusing on something else. So your relationship, it stands a better chance if you're both more balanced. And I think they're being balanced out by work, especially problems at work. Isn't that funny? Because you wouldn't think, oh, a problem at work with, having arguments with people at work or something like that, or some kind of a difficulty with a boss or something like that. Taking a lot of mind space, you wouldn't think that would be a good thing, right? But this is saying it kind of is, because it's taking the focus off the relationship. So more balance is required. You both need to be more balanced. Yeah, so let's find out about this relationship, because I'm nosy. Allow it to transform, allow it to be different than it was before. So I think the universe is trying to help you both here, make it to be different than before. And so maybe last time you were both way too focused, putting way too much pressure on the relationship. You know how I talk about, if Wounded people, we tend to shut down to everyone else, right? We tend to hermit away, and then we want a relationship, of course, we want someone. But then when we do that, if it's like, I just want that one person that I can open up to and then get everything from them, that's a lot of pressure. I'm not saying that you're doing that, but it is a lot of pressure. And it's a lot of pressure on that relationship. Not one person can give us everything, right? And then, so if you're not wounded and hiding away like a hermit, if you are integrated into the community and you've got plenty of friends and you're getting like all of your needs met by your friends, like physical touch and hugs and intellectual stimulation and emotional nurturance and all of the things that we need and want. If we're getting that from many, if we're feeling loved by many, then when we want a relationship, there's not going to be that extra pressure on them to be everything, and then we're not going to be hyper focused on it. And so I was just talking about extremes there, right? I'm not saying that you're in that extreme, but maybe last time there was too much of a focus on it being just you two. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, it's focused on something else, so that's good. You're taking it slow. Yeah. Yeah, and allow it to be different than it was previously, and allow it to be different than previous relationships or your ideas of how relationships should be. I know, like myself, when I was wounded, I used to get into these relationships. Some people call it codependent, but it's not. It's more dependent. Two people clinging to each other, kind of thing, spending a lot of our time together and really not hanging out with anyone else. Coffee. So hopefully that helps you out. Maria, high self-guidance for you. Thanks for your donation too. Yay! Things getting bigger and more freedom. So things expanding for you. Rapid growth kind of thing. You're headed in the right direction, Maria, for sure. Toward that freedom that it is that you want. I like that. It feels like a business thing to me, that. It feels like you may have asked for financial freedom or time freedom and stuff like that. And you've got a growth spurt coming on there. Is it true in sex? Is it? Is it true? You got a story around this, Maria. There's something that you're not seeing clearly about it. In a fight with yourself about it. Came up in a reading. Was it in the pick a card reading? I don't know. It might have been in a daily reading as well. Something about... Let me take myself back to Wednesday. It's one that I did on Wednesday because it's fresh in my mind. Well, it's not that fresh. I'm picking up on the energy of it right now. There's something about... again, I'm not saying that this is what you're doing. I'm just remembering back to the reading now. Right, if you go to a club, if you go out clubbing with your mates, and you think, hey, great, I'm feeling really good, I'm looking really good, and I think this is going to be a good night, I think I might meet someone, right? And so you meet someone, and you're like, they're nice, and then it all falls through and you don't pick them up. And you wanted to pick them up, and then you feel really bad about yourself. Well, that scenario, you're being a player. You might think in that scenario that you go out and you're hoping to meet Mr. and Mrs. Right, but it's only players that are out there, and you're being a player too. Going out to pick up is being a player. And any energy like that is being a player. You don't meet your partners like that. Or if you do meet someone really special like that, you certainly don't pick them up. I mean, you would arrange to go out on a proper date later. Um, if that really happened, you know what I mean? It's reminding me of this energy. Of one time I was out with my friends. What was it? I think it was some birthdays. I think there was a few people that had birthdays, one or two or three people that had birthdays. So there was a lot of people out, and there was people that live here that don't come out so much, like me. I've turned into one of those people now. And so it was a special enough occasion for there to be more kinds of people there, people that don't go out, and often. And because of that, I got to meet a couple of people, new people, and one of them, I'm like, this guy seems nice. And I was thinking this at that time, is like, this guy actually seems nice. I need to find out. First of all, I thought, I need to find out more about him. And then I thought, what else? Oh, I didn't think. I did find out more about him, but then the next stage after that would have been, you know, going on a date, which I decided not to do. I did find out more about him, and I did actually bump into him again after that and had a conversation. But yeah, I decided against it. And so what I'm trying to say is I'm connecting this energy with that reading. It was in the picker card. I really can't remember. I do so many readings. You're not going to meet them like that. There's something that you're telling yourself here that isn't true concerning sex. And I know back in the day when I did used to go out and want to pick up and feel bad if I hadn't, bad about myself if I hadn't. Isn't that weird? It's weird looking back and thinking that I did that. But I mean, why? Why would I feel bad about myself if a player didn't pick me up or if I didn't pick a player up? It makes no sense. I feel bad about myself because I didn't win at being a player. I don't know. Telling yourself a story anyway. Anyway, get focused on your work because that's really good. You've got like an upturn in expansion here, like things. Expansion is good. It's not just growth; it's expansion. I always take that as being big growth, you know. So there you go. Let's get some tarot out. Thanks for your donations. So we've got a nurture part of ourselves. Oh, there's another one. Penny, is that you? Yes, it is. Okay, Penny, let's do your higher self. Yeah. That must have been in a pick a card read. Why would I be saying that in a daily read? I'm pretty sure it was in a video read and not private. That wasn't a private read. Okay, Penny. Oh, accept and re-choose, new beginning. Accept what is, something's not going to change, and choose again. Have you ever tried to get someone to do something, maybe a child of yours, and then, or a friend, and then you just kind of give up? You realize they're not going to do it, and you give up? Have you ever tried something and you realize you just quit because you think, this isn't going to happen? It's that energy, that acceptance that allows you to choose something new. Hi, Natalie. Anyway, there's a fresh start here, and it feels like you're going to shift your attention, Penny, from one thing that you've been trying to do to something else completely. A new start. We've all been there. Yeah. And it's very much a teenage thing, isn't it? That. Not you, Penny, what we were talking about before. I was talking about before, Mr. Bowers is talking about. It's weird when you look back because it's like, but it's just a game, isn't it? That's just a game. Not that satisfying a game either, in my experience. So Penny, this new beginning. Yeah, it feels very much like you're realizing that focusing on something or trying to get something out of something isn't working, and it's time to give up. And then you free yourself up to refocus on something else, and that's going to create a new beginning. We've just had a new moon, and it's like death and rebirth is good. Intimacy and peace, so being peaceful with that, intimacy. You know how I was just saying before about when we get all of our needs met by many, many people, then when a relationship comes in, it can be a really healthy one because we don't need to get anything out of them because we're already fulfilled by everyone else. All of our needs. That's what I'm picking up from this. You can be at peace with intimacy. I feel like your new beginning is not focusing on relationships. Well, not focusing on romantic relationships, focusing on other kind of relationships, or not focusing on other relationships, focusing on something in particular, and then nurturing relationships coming in. Interesting I said that because I was actually focused on my nails. I'm thinking, oh, my nails looking really good. And what came out of my mouth was automatic. And I said, nurturing relationships come in. My nails aren't breaking. They usually break in my boxing gloves, but they're actually growing. Anyway, you're going to be at peace with intimacy. That's nice. You've got a new start. I feel, Penny, like your deaths, your Scorpio deaths before the rebirth have already happened for you, and you're stepping into this rebirth. I think they have for me as well, you know. Like I was bracing myself for that new moon, but it was okay for me. See ya, Mr. Bowers. Thanks, Beth, for your donation. Beth, high self-guidance for you. Business idea, yes. It very well could be that, because it was reminding me, Penny, of that the energy of when I got really focused on Muay Thai and that training. I'm just so into it. And I'm still so into it. It's just the best, and it's been the best for me in relationships too, because it's led me even when I used to be able to get out of this country, or they give me extra time on my visa as well. I went to immigration yesterday, and I've got another 4 months, more than I thought I had. But when I used to go away for my visa runs, seeking out a Muay Thai gym, and instantly I've got friends, and I've got friends that know my friends, and the right kind of people. Just when I got focused on that and just being really into it, because it just makes me feel so good and I love it. And there's a specific kind of person that is my kind of person that is into that. And they all know each other as well in this country, because we're in a tiny country, really. It's great. And it feels like that. It feels like something you get focused on, and then you bring those right nurturing relationships in because of it. So yeah, absolutely. Business idea, yeah. Who am I doing now? I'm doing Beth. Hi, Gabe. Beth. Who's aware and include? Underdog. Okay, Beth. You're an advocate for the underdog. You seek out those who are left out and include them. You need to recognize that this behavior is really about you. When you felt like the underdog, when you felt like you're left out. It's your past self or your inner child crying out for that same thing. and you're projecting it onto other people. So you're like, that person there, they need it. You're not realizing that it's you that needs that the most, right? We do this. We're drawn to giving the therapies as healers that we most need ourselves. We're also drawn to helping out those people in need when we're actually in need of that thing too. And so, like years ago, one of my things was I wanted to be a mother to anyone that didn't have a mother. It was just huge for me, that drive. And of course, it was me that didn't have a mother. Well, I've got a mother, but not a mother. My therapist, my counselor took me through all of that process. Big sheets of paper. What does mother mean? All of these things. Brainstorming session with my partner at the time as well. What does mother mean? Like nurturing and caring and all of these things. We wrote it all down. And she's like, okay, now describe your mum. I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, look, these don't match. You didn't have a mother. Ah, okay, I got it. So, you are excluded. Your inner child still feels like they're excluded. And you need to start doing for yourself what it is you're trying to do for others and include your inner child. Yeah. So listen to your inner child. So it was quite shocking when I had that realization myself. It's like, oh, it's me that didn't have a mother. It's me that needs mothering and nurturing. I need to do that for myself. So whatever it is you're trying to do for other people, to do with being included, you're the one most in need of that. And there you have this objection to that. I've got an objection, says your ego. Can't do that. No, can't put myself first like that. Why not? This cat's having a scream out there. I wonder if it's chicken. She is a troublemaker. She's great with human beings. She's terrible with cats. So yeah, your ego has got a reaction to that, going, no, that's not okay. I can't do that. It's a scary place to look. Why? Because you might find out that you're actually not worthy of receiving. You're not worthy of being included. That's what our ego says. It's like, don't look there. You might not like what you see. We are scared of going there, of looking there, in case we actually find out that there's something wrong with us and we don't actually deserve that stuff, and it's right that we never got it in the first place. It's resonating with you too. It probably resonates with all of us on some level. This is what the inner child healing is all about. Meow. Can you hear them? Cats, cats, cats. Gabe. High self-guidance for Gabe. Play, growth. Yay, have some fun, Gabe. Your growth path now, your biggest growth path now is, I feel like I'm always saying that to you. Is that what your higher self says? Your biggest growth path now is, I feel like I say that to you a lot. Play and growth. Playing, just playing. Allowing yourself to have a good time, being playful. Maybe you need to go clubbing. And this old chestnut, release guilt, fear of lack. Again, you are in a massive healing at the moment about abundance, if you didn't know. Releasing guilt, fear of lack, guilt about not having lack. It's warped. You'll realize that when you get out of it. It's upside down thinking. One thing is good about living in a country that as recently, I don't know if it's recent. Has Thailand come out of third world recently? Probably not recently, probably quite a while ago, but still probably way behind other countries that I've lived in the Western world. I mean, they've already been through that massive corrupt stage that countries go through. There's still an element of that there now, but there's something beautiful about living in a country like this that doesn't have that affluence yet on a big scale. Anyway, plenty of affluence here, but it's not on a huge scale. Is that people wish each other abundance, and you know, if it's someone's birthday, they wish health and abundance. They say the word rich. Well, they don't, because they don't speak English, but they use the word rich. Oh, I wish you riches and all of that. And if someone does get rich, there's commendations for that. They praise each other for it. Now, in the Western world, in many countries that don't have that perspective, because there's a lot of affluence, we start making it wrong. Yeah, we start making it wrong, and it's not. And so we'd wish, like we would wish anyone health, we should wish everyone abundance too, including ourselves, right? So what's the guilt about, eh? Car rides and coffee. You don't hear the cats. Meow. I think they stopped now. Someone must have won. Chicken usually wins. She gets such a face on her as well. She hates cats. Maybe she wants to be a human. I don't know. She was sat in the sink before, in the kitchen sink, watching squirrels go past, and one of the squirrels noticed. I was washing my makeup brushes next to her. And one of the squirrels noticed on the power line that was out there and turned around and started staring at her, doing its clicky clacking noise. So still more abundant stuff to do, but be playful with it. Be playful with it, because that's the area of growth at the moment for you. Lots of mini reads this morning. Let's do some tarot for the collective. If anyone else wants a mini read, stack them up and I'll do another batch. But let's do some of this. So what have we got? We've got passions, and we've got a lot of nurturing, self-nurturing. Is it related to car rides and coffee? I'll just answer that question first. Is it related to car rides and coffee? I got a heap more apple bands through. They're not apple ones, the Chinese. They cost a fraction of the price. Yes, it is related to car rides and coffee. So let's get some tarot. My new iPad mini is going to be delivered today. Well, I just said it's going to be delivered yesterday, but they're rarely right, because I live on a small island, you know. You're very rich. Yeah, here. It surprised me because, you know, once I got a lot more Thai friends, especially on Facebook, then I started seeing that they're all wishing each other riches. That's really nice. And when someone's, you know, putting that they're whatever they're doing, and they've obviously like got more affluence than other people, people will comment on that saying, "That's great, you're rich. You're living a rich lifestyle." And they say thank you. You know, it's just not like that, is it, in the Western world anymore? Oh look, we've got Christmas, and the Maiden of Earth, and the Five of Earth. These are nice cards. It's Christmas. It's a Christmas card. You Let's see here, 2 buddies. Got some sticks. Yule. Let's find it. Then the Maiden of Earth. And then the 5 of Earth. It all feels very positive to me. Christmas. Yule. Let's find this one. Oh, let's look at the pictures. Yeah, I decided last time it's easiest to look for the picture. You don't necessarily get the same words in the book as is. On the cards. There we go. Yeah, it says death, you see. Oh, it's the death and rebirth card. How about that? Scorpio. Winter solstice or Yule around December 21st. On the longest night of the year. Oh, it's really drawing in now here. I say that, but it only changes very slightly, but it's going dark while I'm training. At 5:30. Yeah, especially because it's raining. On the longest night of the year, the Great Mother gives birth to the Sun God, and pagans celebrate the return of light to the world. Yeah, because like the Christmas tree is about the healers, the priests and the priestesses going up on the hills and setting light to a tree to try and bring the sun god back. As if like, oh, it's just going to get darker and darker and darker until there's no daylight, and so we need to do this. And that's why we have lights on Christmas trees. At Samhain, when the god dies, he takes the light with him. After winter solstice, the sun begins to return, and so does God. So does the god, in the form of a baby. Yule is a joyous celebration of the return of light, life, and warmth. Yule is also a celebration of faith. The light has not actually begun its return, so it's an act of faith to believe that it will return. The moment of the longest night before the lengthening days is brief, like a moment of death. It's nearly impossible to pinpoint the exact moment that one thing ends and another begins. Nearly impossible, but that moment does exist. Oh, we're at a turning point. This card shows up that moment when the dead Holy King hands over rulership to the Oak King. Oh, that's what's going on. The dead Holy King hands over rulership to the Oak King. So we're at a turning point. It's the end of something, a moment of darkness before the dawn, a crisis of faith, fear of, or hope for change. Like I said in the energy update for the new moon that we've just had. It was just a few hours ago. It was about 4 a.m. here, so about 4 hours ago. It's a turning point, and there's lots of endings and new beginnings starting, but it might seem like something's been whipped away from you or something's not happening. The moment of darkness before the dawn, we need to have faith. It is actually changing, but it might not be evident yet. Then the Maiden of Earth. Maiden of Earth. It is. It's the perfect card. It is. It's the Scorpio card. I like it. So anything that's happening at the moment, just realize it's getting you ready for the new start, the rebirth. The Maiden of Earth takes a place among the new blossoms of the field. She brings a sense of lightness and gratitude and joyful appreciation and celebration of everyday blessings. She's taking things lightly. She's being playful about it. She's just flitting around in a field, you know. is reminding me the earth, of course, element is that stability that we've got inside of ourselves. We can always be happy. We can always like pick flowers and be happy. We don't have to obsess about stuff that's going on, especially if we've just lost something, or it seems like something's not happening as well. Yeah, there's a sense of lightness here, taking it lightly. So we could be talking about tower moments here, but we've got to be positive about it because the universe knows what it's doing. It's creating change right now. Then the Five of Earth. Five of Earth. Mountains and waterfall. Mountains are formed by intense power and are thrust upwards by the meeting of continental plates, formed by molten metal and stone erupting from deep within the earth, or by huge glaciers carving and depositing great quantities of earth as they move. Looking at them, though, we're struck by majesty, sheer size, sense of immobility. Water, usually a passive, softly flowing element, gains momentum and strength as it passes over the mountain and falls back down to the earth. It in fact can become as powerful and destructive as a falling boulder. The very water that gains its strength from the mountain slowly erodes the mountain, wearing it down ever so slowly. Eventually the water will win this long battle. The Five of Earth illustrates lengthy scenarios. Yes. Whatever is going on will not resolve quickly. Damn it. Oh, there's a sunflower seed on the floor. Okay. Whatever is going on will not resolve quickly. So don't expect an immediate turnaround. Connie, it's not going to be a better day tomorrow. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's going to slowly get better. Like the nights after the 21st of December start getting shorter again. The situation started much earlier than you may think and will continue longer. So it's like a curve. It's like a bell curve. We're hitting the apex of it, or that way, the dip in it, and then it's slowly going to get better. And it started. We might have started feeling it at this point, just before the apex, or the opposite of the apex, the downpex, and we'll start feeling like it's changed as we're coming out of it, but it's not going to be definitive. The situation started much earlier than you may think and will continue longer than you hope for. Sorry. There are ways to gain strength and eventually achieve your goals through patient consistency. I've got a pain in the ass customer. Honestly, I've signed, like, only trying to buy a deeper dive. I've wasted so much time for this $20 and I don't think I'm going to bother anymore. Maybe she's on a Nokia or something like that. I wonder what devices some people are using sometimes to not be able to do anything. Like pay by PayPal or download anything or do anything. What are you chatting about? Osh kosh bagosh. Patient consistency. The shadow side of this card indicates that you're giving up too soon or becoming too distracted. Yeah, let's not get fickle. Instead of constant steps forward, you're taking one step forward and then two steps back. Let's not get frustrated and blurt something out or try and speed them up. I'm tempted, but then, no, whenever I'm with him, I'm not tempted to do that at all. Very respectful for where he is at the moment. And anyway, it's nice. We were planking after training yesterday together. We like doing that. He can do 7 minutes now. Whoa! He got to 4 minutes before me. I can do 4 minutes. He's up to 7 minutes now. I don't know how I can get to 7 minutes. Maybe I can. Chris. Chris is busy being grandma with that cute little thing that she's got that looks like her. Ace of Cups. The Nine of Swords. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. The vulture's in front of her. I'm not looking at you. I don't want to hear it. There's a big spy there as well. She doesn't want to face a thing. Let's get 2 more cards out, or 3 more cards out first, before I start reading them. The Emperor. Bossing up, in charge, happy woman. Yes, we've got 1 miserable woman, well, 1 scared woman, and 1 happy woman. I know, we've got 3 of them here. 5 of Swords. Yay! Competitive, huh? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. What's going on? Hello, Myra. 9 of Swords. Let's check this out. Because this is like the normal tarot, but it is slightly different. So I'll read it out of the book. The 9 of Swords. We see I'm getting that she just doesn't want to face things here. Don't want to see it, don't want to hear it. All sorts of thoughts and ideas dress themselves up as truth and come home to roost. They become very persistent and make it difficult to see other possibilities, no matter how much better or close at hand they seem to be. Oh, this is stubbornness. The power of worry and regret. This is stubbornness of not wanting to see something. The writing's on the wall. I don't want to read it. What wall? There's no wall there. That's what I'm getting there. What? Is that an eagle? No. What did I say? Oh, it's a vulture. What vulture? No, I don't see any spiders. Birds? No. What is it we don't want to see here? So some people could be like, no, I don't want to be patient. I want it to turn around right now. Or don't want to be light about it like this. I'm trusting the universe. Don't want to admit that the universe might be right about something. It could be that. So it's like that's our ego kicking in and being stubborn. Emperor. Emperor. The Emperor. These have got very short things on this. The great God and the life cycle. Keep the cycle moving. Keep the cycle moving, says the Emperor. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Stay on top of it. You are in control. It might seem like you're a victim to what's going on at the moment, but you're not. You can stay in control of it. But also trust the universe too. Remember, there's this, which is true? Free will or fate? Well, both. Because we've got an agenda and our higher selves have got an agenda, and our higher self knows better than us what's right for us. So our higher self will sometimes win out. Our free will sometimes win out. And the more we get into alignment, that's why the more we get into alignment, so the more we get on the same page as our higher selves, the better life is, because then we're not contradicting our higher selves. We're not fighting against it. Then we're with the flow and great things can happen. So this Emperor to me is saying, like, you are in control somewhat. Yeah, there's just a stubbornness, isn't there, Natalie? I feel it too. There's a stubbornness in this. I'm feeling it more with that. Like the Emperor, like the dark side of the Emperor is that stubborn controlling and all of that. But I'm not getting that from this. I'm getting that from that this time is the not wanting to see something, not wanting to see the truth in it, or not wanting to admit that the universe might be right for taking something away from us or not giving us something yet. It's that stomping your feet going, I am ready though. Or I have done the work. Oh, that was in the energy update today. an energy of some people think that they've done the work to get something and they're just waiting for it to manifest now. And it's like, I'm not doing anything else because I deserve it right now. There's that energy going on today. And it's not true. Because if you've done enough to get it, it would have manifested already. Yeah. So good reminder there. So we are somewhat in charge. We're somewhat in charge, but we're not really. Well, how about that? I just opened it up to the Emperor page there. I didn't realize there was another page that has more about it. So I'll read it. Because there's obviously something I'm missing here about this Emperor. I didn't even know this page existed. Okay. The Emperor is the one everyone wants to be in charge. No matter if the group is planning a party, a fundraiser, or a political event, the right leader makes all the difference. The Emperor will organize and delegate, making sure that resources and skills are employed in the most efficient possible way. Creating order and stability, planning and organizing for the greater good. And reversed, it's valuing rigidity and order for its own sake instead of for the collective, right? Well, that's interesting. Yeah, so being in charge, we need to do it in our own lives first, to be a leader in our own lives before we can take that true leadership position in the rest of the world, right? It's like healing. Got to heal yourself first before you can help other people heal. 5 of Swords. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Where are you? Our society encourages intense competition on many levels and in many areas of life. Even for those who win, there can be conflicted feelings about the situation. Friendly competition is only a few steps removed from conflict. While winning can feel great, it can feel lots of other things too. Yeah. Mixed reactions in competitive situations. Oh, reversed is a Pyrrhic victory. 5 of Swords. Reverse, see at the bottom there. What's that word? Pyrrhic. Google. I've never seen that word before. Pyrrhic? Of a victory, one at too great a cost to have been worthwhile for the victor. Oh, it just wasn't worth it. Okay. Competitiveness. So we've got slow change coming about. We've reached a tipping point this season right now. In fact, probably the new moon, but it might be around these 2 weeks as well because we do have an eclipse coming up. And I feel that one, it's the Taurus full moon on the 19th. I've been feeling for a while that one's going to be powerful. But it's slow and it's still going to be slow. And so we can't get competitive about it. We're going to win. Remember what the guides told us last week, was it? We're going to get a win, but it's not going to have the accolades. We're not going to be on a podium like this and everyone giving us a round of applause. People might be scathing us. People might be gossiping about us. We have to have a quiet win. It has to be okay with us, even if we don't get validation from other people, even if other people aren't happy for our win. It needs to be enough for us. This card is kind of saying the same thing. We don't need to be in competition to get the accolades or anything like that. We can quietly have what's right for us. Let's just line these up, do the OCD thing, because I like order. So we've got some warnings here, don't we? Not being too in our ego, as if to think we know better than the universe. And just staying in control. I'm kind of getting the same feeling as this Maiden of Earth who's just being light about it. staying in control of yourself so that you can move forward. The end of the month is circled there. 30th of October, 31st of October. Halloween. And then the competitive thing. So yeah, it's gone from me and Mr. Hanson doing exactly the same. No, it usually does a few more seconds than me, but that's because I drop because I've got the timer. I drop when it's 4 minutes. So he usually does like 5 seconds, 10 seconds more than me. But yesterday he went 7 minutes. I wasn't doing it in a competitive way. I knew that it was going to go a long time because I saw it. When you're doing things like that, feats of endurance in athletics, I know it myself. It's the same with balance too. You have to have very calm mind, a very focused mind. And I could see when you first set up, I didn't. I was singing along to the music and I was even moving in the plank too. I wasn't going to last that long. He was dead set, wasn't even looking at me. One word answers if I talked to him. He was focused as can be. I knew he was going to do a long time. Nice to have cafe on the TV and phone, Facebook on the tablet. You're like, now you can rule the world. Got your devices around you. I'm excited to get my new iPad mini. Who should I give my old one to? I might sell it. Keep it as an antique. I might give it to someone now. I feel like someone might want that. I don't know. Can write a book. You're not done yet. Yeah, we know, don't we? We know when it's time to write a book about it, and when we're not quite there yet. It's nice to have a dry room again. Everything was getting very damp. Hello, GD. If you want to ask a question, just check that pinned comment up top of the... Anyone that wants a mini read, just check the pinned comment up top of the live chat. Tells you how to do it. Get my tarot out. Maybe today, this afternoon, before we train with plank. I'm going to suggest that if I remember. Otherwise, I'm worn out. Anyway, I'm happy that there's no competitivity between us. Quite the opposite. Teamwork. Transformation. Looks a bit bewildered. For those of you that don't know, I read out the books on Psychic Cafe because there's often more, get more information. I get to learn something in Psychic Cafe, and there's often something that comes out that I've not seen into it, if you know what I mean. If you want the straight channeling, get that in the daily videos and in the pick a card reads, private reads and all of that, and the mini reads. Transformation. Transformation represents an entry point into a new state of understanding and enlightenment. Oh, okay. So we will understand it soon. We may not understand it right now. You may feel as though something major is shifting in your life. This reevaluation of old beliefs may force you to eliminate the distractions or difficulties you've been experiencing, enabling you to fully grasp your highest potential. Oh, so the universe wants the best for us. The best, bestie, best. Not what we think. Now, I was talking about expectations before. We need to expect a hell of a lot more. Our higher self. So this is why it's that balance between the free will and fate. Our higher self knows better than us, and it wants to get us to the very best for us, the highest potential for us. And so the experiences that we're having at the moment, we might not be able to understand it right now, but we will understand it in the future. I'm beginning to understand mine right now. I'm really beginning to see the perfection in it. And my best friend told me that the other day as well, saying, this is just perfect what's happening with you. It's just perfect for you. It's like, this is exactly the right way that needed to happen for you to trust, and for all of it. This is just exactly as you need it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is. As much as my ego wanted to like go, no, I want it now, and I don't want this to happen, I want that to happen. Not true. Are you ready to take the next evolutionary step in your own personal growth? Be open to new opportunities that present themselves, especially if they align with your heart. This is a period of positive change, even if it appears to be daunting or frightening at first. Sometimes all we need is an extra push into an entirely new direction in order to know what we're truly capable of. We're headed to much better things. Let's do some mini reads. Uh-oh. GD. Oh, what's your store? Tell me about your store, and I'll do a reading for you. Thanks for your donation. I want to know what can I expect coming towards me moving forward till Christmas between you and G. GD and G. You're Taurus, dealing with a Virgo. Mr. Last year was a Virgo. Let's find out. Yeah, a lot of change going on at the moment for you guys. And also a hesitation to move forward. There's a hesitancy here that I'm getting as well. There's a lot going on. Yeah, a lot going on here. Yeah, expect change before Christmas. But I think, like these tarot cards are saying, it's going to be slow and those changes need to be chosen. I'm getting a hesitancy on both of your cards here. So there's fears coming up. Let's find out more. I think it feels like a progression to me, like getting more and more comfortable to move forward, more and more comfortable to go for it. Well, yeah, like that said, to choose that change. And it's about self-love as well. Right, so completion of appreciation of self, right? Okay, so this is about past stuff then. Okay, this is what's going on with your person here. Is they've been on a self-love journey, right? And so previous relationships not so good, and realize that she needed to love herself, right? And learn to appreciate herself more. And still in that stage now of being a little bit scared that you maybe are the same as the other ones have been. So this is new. It's new to her. And so she's just kind of putting the final touches on that. Like, have I got this self-love thing right, or am I just manifesting the same kind of relationship again? That's the trepidation. That's the hesitation there. It just takes time. That's all. It's going to be baby steps. She's going to learn to trust. It's going to take more time. Yeah, so just be at peace with that. It's going to take you more time. It's like, if you were to go get a puppy from a very happy home, then you could just dive straight into that relationship with the puppy and have fun with it, be easy to train and all of that. If you're going to the rescue place and picking up an older dog that has been abused, that's going to take some time. That's going to take some time to earn the trust. It's going to take some time. You're going to have a different experience. They're both dogs, but you can have a very different experience with them. So, yeah, you need to be okay with that, with taking it slowly. But they are going to open up, so you can encourage, but you can't force. Be patient. Be patient. But yeah, it's progression. Yeah, I was getting hesitation on your part as well. Let's find out what that is. Let's be nosy. Yeah, the hesitation on your part is more, is this exactly right for me kind of thing. It's more of a mind, have I got this right? Is this person right for me? Are they compatible? Is it the right mix of things? That kind of thing. It's just you getting certain on that. So they need to get more trust in you. That needs to develop over time. And you need to get more trust in the choice, more in a mindset way. But you're right, hesitation on both parts. But it's not a big deal. Thanks. Back to the tarot. Got transformation out first. Yeah, it's happening. Well, it might not be really apparent. And are you ready for it? And trust. Fate has an aspect in it here, but it's not everything. Because like I said, some people are not doing what it takes to get there. What else have we got? We need to know about. Take the top two, it said. Oh, I like all of the cards there, but it said take the top two, so it said that. It's just hearing a song then. I don't know what it is. I looked at the Ten of Wands as I was putting it back in, and then I heard a song. Is it the Bare Necessities? I think it's from the Jungle Book. I don't think it's the Bare Necessities song, though. I think it's another one. Something about leaving troubles behind. Awakening the Hierophant. Nice, Penny. Awakening the Hierophant. I'm just feeling to take those two together. So the Hierophant being the traditional part of us, but it's also the seer as well. It's the wise one that's inside of us. Okay, because we were talking about that. I was talking about that on Wednesday. The Hierophant indicates a wonderful time for you to explore new dreams, meet new people, gain new insights, spiritual knowledge. This may also signify someone who has the potential to shift the course of your life path in order to bring enlightenment, wisdom, and truth. If we're talking about relationships here, then someone who, you know how I was saying, there's things that are just plain truth, like gravity and stuff like that, but pretty much everything else is opinion. And the wisdom that we gained is based on our experiences, and it's the wisdom for us. Someone else in their experiences could gain wisdom, and even if they're opposite to our wisdom, it's still wise. It's what they've gained from their experience. And we can be open to learning that, right? Sometimes it's great to find out someone else's wisdom. And even if we don't need to apply it to our life, because otherwise we would have had similar experiences to them and gained the wisdom that they got, it's still interesting to know that there's another side to it. Well, with that being said, I feel like some of the relationships that are coming in now can be of a balancing each other out. How can I put this? Maybe your wisdom that you've gained so far isn't complete. And maybe a person that you're bringing into your life has different perspectives on some things. Without the competitiveness, so it would have to be that, otherwise you're just going to clash and argue about it. With a relationship without the competitiveness, so that you're open to their perspective and their wisdom, But there's something born more of it. Your perspective, their perspective, your wisdom, their wisdom. Put together, there's a nugget of something there. Now, mostly people that have differing opinions don't ever get it together. They just argue on the internet, trying to be right, never putting their egos down long enough to learn something from each other. There's something here awakening the Hierophant in all of us, but I feel like it's relationships and the wisdom that we've gained throughout our lives. Sure, the relationships, you might have been through similar things and they've gained similar wisdoms, but there's going to be some of the wisdoms that you've got that are different, and sharing those is going to awaken the Hierophant. In other words, we don't have to have had every single experience and gain that wisdom firsthand. We can get to a certain point where we're wise enough remember what I was saying about the nurturing thing here, that we can be open. We've got to calm ourselves down enough to be open to the guidance, and the guidance brings even more calm, and we end up on that spiral. Well, we've gained enough wisdom to calm ourselves down and to be cool enough in our lives, to be open enough to not to be competitive and drop our ego, to actually listen to somebody and to share that. It awakens something much bigger in them too. The Hierophant may also suggest a need to connect with a unified consciousness, which may be spiritual in nature. You know, yesterday morning my friend was on the phone to someone. I think it might have been a partner. And she's Thai. I think a partner is, I don't know, an English-speaking person. I think I've ever met a partner. And she was giving sound advice to him, of letting something go. Really sound advice. I was listening to her and it's like, no wonder I get on with her so well. And I'm around wise people now. We have a lot of fun together, but there's just something about them. There's a wise bunch of people that are very cool and very know themselves. It's just reminded me of that. Didn't surprise me at all when I heard her having that conversation of the wisdom that she gave out. The Hierophant may also suggest a need to connect. Okay, I just heard something else then. And that's why, my guide said, and that's why we've got to stop choosing beneath us. That's why we've got to stop choosing someone that isn't wise, that hasn't got that we need to help and be the healer for and the coach for and be the counsel for. Those aren't the relationships for us. We need another Hierophant to add our Hierophantiness to. And then there'll be double Hierophant, not double trouble. So, the Hierophant may also suggest a need to connect with a unified consciousness which may be spiritual in nature or within the conventions of a group. If you're searching for a greater meaning at this time, think about what it is you'd like to learn or change in your life. What activities can you explore that connect with your own mind, body and spirit? Like I said, who'd have known it, that me getting into Muay Thai would have led me to the right people wherever I am, and it has. How do I celebrate my spiritual self? What do I have yet to explore? We don't even need to know that because I feel like other people are going to bring it in. We just need to be open, like cool, chill about it and not be doing all of this silly stuff over here, ego stuff. And I'm already done. That joy. Counsel, teacher, advice, spiritual wisdom, guidance, mentorship, knowledge, education, unity. It's another part of the bare necessities song. Oh, so it was bare necessities. I like this story. That's it. Forget about your worries and your strife. More tarot. Tell us more. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? So, the ways. They've also dropped their ego. Not dropped their ego, you know what I mean. We can't really drop our ego, but we can certainly get better at it, can't we? Better at putting it in its place. Tell us more. Lots of major arcana on the table. Have you noticed that? It's a powerful time right now. Yeah, so I was happy. I went to, every 90 days I have to go and report what my address is at immigration. Now we've got it on this island. It's pretty cool. It's the police station. And it's near where I had my massage. So I had my massage and then I went there. And they did it all. And it's like there's a lower ranking immigration officer that processes it, and then they hand it over to the superior. And then the superior comes out and talks to me about it. Last time they asked me what I was doing here, how long I've been here, what I intend to do, and all of that. And I think it's just being nosy, really. And this one didn't. This one said, yeah, just come back in another 90 days. You need to do it within 7 days of this date. I'm like, oh, I thought I needed a new visa next time. It's like, no, just come back. Cool. Very cool. So easy. It's all just worked out for me here wonderfully. And Mr. Handsom's best friend came in yesterday, and I sat and had it because I knew him before I knew Mr. Handsome, only just before. But I sat down and had a chat with him. You're going to open your shop back up? Yeah, I think maybe next year he wants to. And he was telling me how he's managed to survive because he owns land in that he owns his house. So he hasn't got many outgoings. He's still got something going on in his hometown business-wise, but his businesses here are closed at the moment. But he was happy enough. So he was asking about me, and I said, no, my business has been great. Like, I was just doing the right thing at the right time, like working on my YouTube channel before the pandemic went down. I was just set up. And perfect timing for that expansion with everyone being at home and watching YouTube more than usual. And a nice little chat with him. The world. Completion of cycles. New cycle starting, a new chapter starting. We are really in a major transition stage at the moment, and the things that we're doing now, the things that are starting now are going to stick around for a long time. The decisions that we make now, it's very important that we make them right, because it's going to have a lasting impact. That has something to do with the astrology, I don't know what, but there's something about the astrology at the moment that says that too, and I can feel it. Nine of Pentacles, single, independent, successful, a successful person in your own right. There's an independence about this as well. Even in these relationships that I'm talking about, there's an independence in it. We need to be independently successful in our own right. We need to not have that dependency thing going on. Sure, not the codependency, but even better than that, not the dependency thing either. Success in our own right, adding our wisdom to each other. Let's get one more. The Page of Wands. Oh, and then movement. Then movement. Hang on. Page of Wands. Yeah. Then something coming in, something exciting. News of something. that creates a movement is what I'm getting here. Messages, optimistic, word of mouth, fearless, active. So once you're prepared and once you're cool about these transitions that are happening and you realize it's going to take a long time to come in, but it's that bell curve thing. We're at the very bottom of it now and it's turning around, that you'll thing. And realizing the bell curve doesn't go like that, it goes, yeah, and so it's going to take a while, but if we have that faith, maiden of earth, then this is going to happen. Page of Wands comes up, a message bearer to bring you news, good news. There are new, exciting plans coming your way, so you're going to hear about something. An opportunity, something's in the pipeline, something's in the work. Could be a phone call, it could be a message, it could be an email, it could be a letter, word of mouth. It could be someone letting you know about something. It feels indirect to me. It doesn't feel like your person or your opportunity right there in front of your face saying this is yours. It's more of you hear it on the grapevine kind of thing. Someone else sends you a message, someone mentions something to you, and then you think, this seems like it's happening. It also indicates a new idea, a creative spark, and being inspired. It may be such an exciting feeling when this creative spark comes that you rush all in and don't plan or think it through properly. Don't do that. This could be because the page is like a child, young, vibrant, active, optimistic, free-spirited, full of ideas kind of a person. So don't be impatient about it when this happens. I mean, don't just dive on in there and then. This transition that we're going through right now started long ago before we even realize. Even if you're realizing what it is in your life now, it started long ago, longer than you think. If you can pinpoint it back however many years, I can pinpoint mine back 3 years ago, but then if I really look at the bigger picture, there's been a lead up to this for a very long time, even before that. And so let it continue unfolding in that slow way. Don't get impatient about it when this exciting. Don't get excited and pee yourself like a little puppy. Don't let this exciting thing make you lose it and start getting into all the ego stuff. Because you could delay things if you do that. And don't be pessimistic about it either. See it as a good thing and feel that excitement, but well, that's interesting. Well, that gives me even more hope and gets me excited, but let's carry on as we were before. It's a carry on as you were before, just with more excitement. Definitely be patient. Don't throw a tantrum. Don't pee yourself. Be mature about it. Take what you've learned with you. Apply what you've learned. Don't lose it just because something exciting happens. Don't go back to your old ways, is what that's saying. But it is going to come in. You're going to hear something. Don't know when. But it's still going to be slow, It's going to proceed slowly. Yeah, it takes time, doesn't it, Penny? Me, not so much, because I'm killing two birds with one stone, because I was doing it anyway. I was training all the time anyway, and now this fits nicely into that. So there's no extra time being taken up at the moment. It will be down the line, but it's kind of nice that slots right in there with what I'm doing already. Do we need any more? I don't think we do. I don't think we need any more tarot. If anyone wants a mini read, quick, you better get in fast because I'm about to finish. But I do want to get a little bit more So I'm going to use the animal spirits now because these tend to give us a little bit more of advice kind of thing on aspects of our personality that we might want to draw upon in these changing times. Horse spirit, freedom is yours. Nice. There's lots of liberation in this card, you know? It's 33 as well. Liberation. Free to do, you know, just, I don't know, just getting this feeling of like leaping up into the air. Happy, yes, but there's a really free feeling from this. So however you've been seeking freedom, it's coming. Yeah, freedom's coming. Reclaim power. Oh, this is the progression of it. Okay, so freedom is coming, and then from that freedom is a period of reclaiming your power. So some of you are going to be set free from something, or your person's going to be set free from something, or you both are. And then there's going to be a period of reclaiming power. There's slow progression here. Reclaiming power, like this independence kind of thing. Getting back on track with yourself again. Love is all around. There's no loss of love. I mean, what I mean by that is, applying this to my situation, if he frees himself, right, which is looking like he's doing, he's going to need some time to reclaim his power for himself first. Love will still be around, but probably in the same way it is as it is right now. It's a bell curve. It's not going to be an instant thing, not for anyone. This change isn't going to be an instant thing. You all told us that straight away. What else? Oh, too many. And some destruction there. Giraffe spirit, see the bigger picture. So there's a bigger picture. Look back, you can see the bigger picture. You might be able to see the bigger picture now. You might not be able to see it. This thing that started, this progression, this story that started a long time ago. Know that a similar kind of reflection on the other side of this is going to happen. The story is going to play out in a longer way. Time for a deep dive. Get the deeper dive. There isn't a deeper dive to this reading. But I am going to pick a card read today with the deeper dives. And it's going to be out tomorrow, and it's going to be what can you expect in the next 7 days. That's what I'm doing. Let's get a love heart out. Just finish this off. Yeah, don't forget to click like on this video. It really helps me out. Thanks everyone for coming along. Wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So now we know why we've been getting all of these patience. It's making more sense now, isn't it? Remember how ambiguous it was months ago? Like, why do we have to wait for everything? Now we know. It's exciting. It is. It's a good thing. So enjoy it. Try and enjoy it. Try not to be all up in your ego about it. So that's going to make it an unpleasant journey. Thanks everyone for coming along. Let's do this on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Hope it's a good one. Some good times. And I'll see you all on Monday. Thanks for your donations too.